You can notice, even now, the way your attention can narrow and expand, the way you can focus on the sound of my voice and let other sounds fade into the background. You already know how to do this. You do it when you're watching a movie, so absorbed you forget you're in a room. You do it when you're listening to a piece of music, and for a moment there's only the music. That is the seed. That focused attention, that single pointedness, it's the very engine of creation. And you can begin to wonder, what if you could point that engine inward? What if you could take the power of absorption and aim it not at a screen, but at the source behind the screen? Imagine your mind is a vast sun-drenched sky. Most of the time, it's filled with clouds, thoughts, worries, plans, memories. They drift and shift, and you believe they're the sky. But concentration is the wind that begins to gently, persistently blow those clouds aside. It doesn't fight the clouds, it simply moves them. And as they part, you catch a glimpse of the sun that was always there. The boundless blue that was always present. That sun, that's divine will. It's the constant, radiant intelligence that powers everything. Your personal will is a single sunbeam, and you can learn, you are learning, to feel that sunbeam aligning with the sun itself, until there's no difference, until your desire is its desire, and your action is its action. And when that happens, the static clears, the channel opens, and you can receive. You don't have to call it channeling, if that word feels strange. You can call it a sudden knowing, a download, a brilliant idea that lands fully formed, as if from nowhere. A wave of compassion for a stranger that feels like your own, but bigger. That's your intuition. Your spiritual hardware coming online. It's a frequency upgrade. It's not that you're getting somewhere new. You're removing the interference that prevented you from accessing what you already had. And the body, the wise, intelligent body, responds to these clearer frequencies. It begins to hum with a different vibration. Old aches, held not just in muscles but in memory, can begin to soften, to dissolve, because they were only ever patterns of stagnant energy. And you're now a conduit for a flowing, healing current. These are the healing codes, not secret numbers, but states of being. Sincerity is a code. Stillness is a code. Love is the most powerful code of all. When you emit that frequency, your very cells must resonate in harmony. Now you can consider the ramifications, the trajectory of a life lived from this connected place. One path is the well-worn one, the stream of habit. You know this one, you jump in. And the current of past actions, of distractions, of other people's noise carries you along. It feels familiar, it feels normal. And you can stay there, looking at the bank from the water, wondering what it would be like to stand on solid ground, while the current pulls you toward the same old obstacles, the same old frustrations. The cost of this path is a quiet, persistent forgetting forgetting who you are, forgetting the power you hold. A life of seeking the gifts while ignoring the giver, and always feeling a little thirsty, a little hollow. But there's another path, and you've already felt the pull of it. It's the path of the bank. It's the path of pulling yourself out of that current, using the rope of your own concentrated will. And from that vantage point, you can see the entire stream. You can see the drama, the comedy of tragedy playing out in the water. And you can watch it, appreciate it, even participate in it, without being drowned by it. You are in the world, but not of it, because you're rooted in something that cannot be shaken. Your relationships transform. You look at another person, a friend, an enemy, a stranger, and you begin to see past the costume, past the personality, to the same essential light that shines in you. And how can you truly hate a reflection of the divine? Your work transforms. It becomes a form of worship, an offering, not a grind for a reward. Your very presence becomes a calming, uplifting force. You don't have to preach. You just have to be. A single moon gives more light than all the stars. And the future that unfolds from this, it's one of unimaginable freedom. A freedom that isn't about having no problems, but about knowing that no problem can ultimately touch the core of who you are. You become unenslavable. You carry your paradise with you. This is not a distant promise. It's a scientific certainty, cause and effect. You set the cause, sincere, heartfelt concentration on the divine. And the effect, realization, joy, power, must follow. It's a law, as reliable as gravity. So tonight, or in a quiet moment, you'll find you can give yourself permission to sit, to turn the dial, to blow the clouds, to call out, not for things, but for the thing itself. And you can discover, as a child discovers, a secret room in a house they lived in all their life. The God was not hiding from you, but waiting within you. And the conversation that begins then is one that never has to end.